Hi and welcome to my playhouse, and today we're gonna have a look at this TerraMaster, and it's the F2-220. It's a dual bay unit, which is really odd because they have models with more bays than this. Why didn't they send me one of those? But today we're gonna have a look at this and see if we can get their operating system to work on it. I got a lot of suggestions on the last video where we took this apart on what I should try to install on this. Linux, Exponology, FreeNAS, ESXi. There was a lot of good suggestions there, but I'm gonna start by trying out their own software, and it's called TOS. And apparently it stands for Terra Operating System, I guess. But before that, I thought that we should just look at the TV and see that they actually do supply other models than this one. They have, this was an F series. They also have a D series, which apparently means that it's a direct attached storage thing. So it's not connected to the network. It has a USB 3.0 interface. Can you see that? I think we will have to go closer. Okay, they have this unit, the D5300, which looks way more awesome. 5 drive bays, supports 5 SATA drives, up to 40 terabytes. I do believe that these bays can go up to 8 terabyte drives, which sounds about right, with about 40 terabytes. RAID 0 and RAID 5, and that's the USB connector. And it says that it can run with 5 gigabits per second. That's really a lot. Where a NAS unit like this, it only has a 1 gigabit connector there. So the direct attached unit like this should be able to run 5 times as fast. So that's not bad at all. That's their operating system. TOS 3 Linux operating system. And there are some of the things that it supports. And now it's getting away from me. Get back here. There. Brand new TOS 3 user-friendly interface. Well, we'll have a look at that. Supports up to 1,000 users plus user MSB, file share, FTP, AFP, NFS, and iSCSI, time machine, resync remote data backup, social media sharing. Let's see what else they got. D2 also directly attached, and now we are running with the USB 3.1, so that should maximum speed 410 megabytes per second. Whoa, that's not bad. The little unit here is apparently stronger than the other one. Okay, let's go further down and see their products. We're gonna see the network attached storage units, which is like the one we're gonna be looking at today. So they have, see, they have this series. They have a 5 bay unit, a 4 bay unit, and the tiny little 2 bay unit that they were so kind to send me. And the 5 bay unit has a Intel quad core, 2 gigahertz. 2 gigabytes of RAM, supports up to 40 terabytes. The F4 220, the same CPU as the one I have gotten, it seems. 2 gigabytes of RAM, storage capacity up to 32 terabytes. And the red one over here, the one that we are looking at, Intel dual core 2.4 gigahertz. CPU, 2 gigabytes of RAM, supports up to that 1,000 users. Nobody is gonna be using that. Then they have some other series down here. I have no idea what this Save series is good for, or this NAS 2 series, but all of them looks older, slower, and I haven't got a clue. I don't know what the handle is about. Especially not for a NAS server, you're not supposed to carry that around. This one, where they call it safe, well, that might be better. Let's go up and see the specs for the one that we are looking at. Let's see what they brag about here. Come on, picture, anytime soon. There we are. Nice big picture. Supports up to 16 terabytes. Yeah. 1000 megabit network interface. Awesome. You can both put regular and SSDs in here. Multiple RAID. It seems that the company is called I can't say that. And their products are called TerraMaster. A lot of suggestions in the comments of the last video suggested that this should be related to Cooler Master because of similarities in the logo. I have no idea. Who cares? It can support RAID 0, RAID 1, JOB and single disks. Don't know what we're gonna be doing yet. Probably a RAID 1. Some of the components that it can handle. MySQL server, mail server, media server, web server, FTP server, remote async backup system, synchronization of your backup, sharing your files. Looks like it's something about the rights, how you can give users right to something and other users not right to something. It's pretty normal. Some of the different sharing services that they have, the SMB, AFP, NFS, iSCSI and FTP. The rsync remote backup, time machine backup and USB external. Yeah, you can plug in a USB port here. There is a couple of them there. None on the front, but there is a couple of USB, so you can connect something to the box. Friendly TOS operating system. And there's a whole lot more of bragging down here, so well, we don't have to. Oh, it's green. Cool. Let's see if we get some specs anywhere. We have some specifications over here. Yeah, here we get some. We get the CPU. It's an Intel J1800. That's a dual core, 2.41 gigahertz. It comes with 2 gigabytes of RAM. It's expandable. It says 2 more gigabytes here. 8 gigabyte flash. That's the internal USB stick that is in there. 2 base and hard drive thingies, up to 16 terabytes, and that's 2 8 terabyte drives. And they give the disclaimer that the capacity may vary. If you choose a RAID 1, you don't get 16 terabytes, right? Hot swappable drives, yes, awesome. Then there is a USB 2 port and a USB 3 port. There's a 1 gigabit Ethernet port, and then there are some supported file systems down here. It runs ext4, which is okay. It can also run ext3, FAT, NTFC, HFS Plus. I don't know that one. Then there is read speed, maximum 110 megabytes per second. Write speed 105 megabytes per second. I'm not sure, but I'm guessing that's the LAN connection that is the bottleneck there. There is some dimensions, there is some weight, or maybe this is for the box alone and this is for the box in the box. There's some fan, noise level, 19.8 dBs. That's not bad. And let's go down. A lot of things here. Power consumption, 25.6 watts when it's accessed, 2 watts when it's in hibernation, when it's not doing anything. All the sharing services again, the RAID options, the supported operating system, Windows, Mac and Linux, the supported browsers, supported mobile devices, iOS and Android, languages, English and Chinese, blah blah blah. Okay, let's plug this in and see what happens. So while preparing for this video, I actually discovered that I forgot something when I did the first review of this. So this is the power supply that comes with the thing, and I didn't notice that it actually has a plug for our power system. So this one comes with the power supply, and there was an extra one in the box over here. and that was for the UK plugs, because this unit was sent from Amazon in the UK. That means that I'm able to just plug this in, which is nice. So let's do that. There's a green LED here that lights up. That's always nice. So we're gonna take the box here. I did install a couple of hard drives in it. You might have remembered that. There's a couple of Seagates, and these are just 750 gigabyte drives. We are just testing this, so I just needed to plug something in there to see this work. But as we just saw, it can handle up to 8 terabyte drives. And it also comes with this ridiculous label on how to put in the drives. I'm actually gonna get rid of that right now because it doesn't look that great. Put that label on here so that I don't forget that. It comes with a tiny little manual. Actually, there is multiple pages, but it's in multiple languages. So the only thing we really need is the front, because that one is in English. And the only thing it says is to go to this web address. So I thought, let's just try that. Go there. And this is the TerraMaster quick installation guide. And we can start by picking something here. I think that's the language. So we'll pick English. That's awesome. And we can pick the model here.
So, okay, here we are at the computer, and you can see the tripod in the background, and over here in the window you can see the box from the TerraMaster. So this is almost live. Same screen here on the computer. Let's choose English just to make it simple, and let's pick the model F2-220, that one, and start now. So first we do download the user manual. You got to be kidding me. Download. And that is downloading right there. Okay. Oh, so we go further down. We've already done that. Before you start, prepare crosshead screwdriver. Okay, that would be a Philips screwdriver. They're probably afraid of getting sued by Philips. Oh, I haven't initialized the drives and deleted all the data on them, otherwise the product may fail. Oh, to start. Okay, haven't done that. Let's see what happens. Okay, 1, install the screws in the hard drive. 2, put the drive base in the box. We've done that. Connect the product to a computer with a LAN cable and connect the product to a power supply. Do they mean directly to the product, or is it okay to have it through a switch? Doesn't say. Power on the product using this thing on the front. Okay, guess we'll have to do that. I can almost reach it from here. I'll do that. Almost. It's powered on. It just beeped. And the drives are booting. I can hear them spinning up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see how far we get. 3. Download and install TNAS desktop appliance. Okay, we'll need that. We'll take that for Windows. Guess we download that one. Oh, we go to another place. Oh no, it's downloading over here. 3.6 megabytes. Awesome. And that should be down in just a second. And 2. So we are supposed to be running that as well, I'm guessing. Oh, it says here, run the TNAS desktop application on your computer, and the application will automatically search for TNAS devices in the network. Okay, network. So apparently it's okay with a switch. If no blah 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 is found, press the button again. Okay, we will try that. We have that one. So we will borrow this, put that over there. Open. I'm guessing that one, right? Oh, it found something. Awesome. Let's see what they want us to do. Yeah, we found our drive here. It's there, and it's still bracking up here about all the other things they can do. That's step 3. So step 4, install TOS. 1, highlight the. Okay, we have to select that one. That makes sense. The system will automatically check latest. Okay. Okay, we highlight it and we log in. Log in. Welcome. There is only one button, and that's start. I'm guessing very much that we have to press that. It doesn't really say what to do then. It says the system will automatically check for the latest version of TOS software. Please update the TOS current instructions doing setup. Blah, 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 blah. Nothing really helpful, and then it will reboot. Okay, so let's do that. Start. Hard drive checkup. It found 2 drives. One of them is making bad noises. It seems that this program more or less just searches the network for a TNAS device, so it didn't really do much other than that. Remote login, file manager. Okay, it can point at some other things, but more or less, if you knew which IP number it was gonna get or could see that on your DHCP server, well, you didn't really need this program. You could just go into the box. Probably not really needed. 5, initializing. Yeah, we're gonna have to do that. We'll have to set an admin name. We'll have to set time and date and a time zone, network IP address, create a RAID, and initializing is complete and ready to use. And you can install some mobile devices application. Awesome. Okay, it found 2 good drives. Awesome. Next. Automatically download recommended. We'll do that. Data run will be deleted. I'm fine with that. So it's gonna download it. I have no idea how long this will take, but it says that it can. The system will be ready in 10 minutes. Okay, we're not gonna wait for that, so I'm just gonna pause and we'll be back when it's when something happens. Oh, there is something here. This one is growing. And it's a round thing. Okay, so it will be done when this is completed. Well, it completed and I wasn't really paying attention, but it just jumped on to the next thing here. So we can give it a name. So we will just call it something very, very sensible. My PlayHouse. And I have a short one for that. MPH. And it's not mileage per hour, but my PlayHouse. And let's just call it the F2. That's not nice. 0. Okay. And we are not in Beijing. Copenhagen. Close enough. Next. Administration password. Okay. Let's put in something really good. Put in a secret password. And security email. Well, let's just put in something. And a verification code. What should we put there? 1011. Send code. Can't receive skip mail. And now they tell me. Okay. Okay. We'll skip this. We have 2 hard drives. Okay, it sees those, so we can put them in a RAID 1. Why do they show RAID 5, 6 and 10 when it can only do RAID 1, single disk 0 and JOB. That's weird. But we're gonna, let's just see how this looks. Error, unable to create such a RAID single disk. Okay, that's because both of them has been chosen. I'm expecting. Okay, if I unselect one, it can do a single disk. That makes sense. Sorry. RAID 0, we get 1.5 terabytes of data. Awesome. And JOB, 1.5 terabytes. Okay. I'm gonna go with RAID 1 because I would really like to see how it performs if I take out a drive and put in another one. Let's select that one and confirm. All data will be destroyed. Yes. Formatting 3 to 20 minutes. Do not unplug power. Okay.
Okay, right now the unit is formatting the drives and making the RAID 1 on them. And well, this doesn't actually look bad. This is a device that could fit right under the TV. These drives that I put in, they're old, high-end enterprise drives. They are not meant for silent running. They are meant to run for years and years and years, but silent is not one of them. So they are making noises. They are fast drives, 7200 RPMs, so they're pretty noisy, and they have been running for 6 to 8 years already, so it's not the best drives in the world right now.
Well, this format should just take 3 to 20 minutes. I'm afraid that's 2 hours ago. So I think I have a bad drive in there, because I do get some hot drive noises from over there. So I'm gonna do exactly what they say and tell me not to do. Here I'm gonna power it off, and I'm gonna put in another drive, have it here, and hope that that will be a bit better. I've been touching the drive base over there, and I hear that it's drive number 1 that is making weird noises. So that's the one that I'm gonna try and exchange for another one, see if that helps. I have exchanged the drive, the other one is here. Now it has had a couple of minutes to cool down, but I was not able to touch the sides of it, so it overheated really badly, so it's probably not a good drive anymore. I'll have to remember that. So I shut the box down in a very bad way. So when I open this tool, it kind of says that the box is not available. Here, that the box is not to be found. It's probably already on the network, or it's behind a firewall of some kind. So, well, I looked at that, but it's not behind a firewall, so I ruled that one out. So I went in and I found the box at the address where it was the last time. There. And it logs in, and we get this very nice picture. That's not bad at all. And it tells me which browsers I should be using down here. Very nice. So, and it's the TOS3 TerraMaster operating system. Okay. So username admin. And the password. See if it eats that one. And we're in. So let's see what we can do here. We have a control panel here. That's always... Yeah, this was what I was looking for. I have been in here. It has been on for 10 minutes, as you can see right here. It has an internet. It's on the internet as well. And it has a missing hard drive right here. So drive number 1, which was the one that I took out, that one is missing. So we have to do something about that. We will shut this down, and we will go and check the drives and see if we can figure that out. Storage manager, drives, hard drives. Okay, status, risky, testing, risky. What does that mean? And testing on number 2, RAID, hard drive 1 is missing. Can we do anything about that? Drive 2 is testing. We can edit up here, and it has found that there is something wrong, so we can RAID repair, and that sounds like a reasonable thing to do, so we'll go next on that one. And we can add the new drive, that one. Status good. Okay, next. Configuring. Let's see how long that takes. I can hear it in the background. Talking to me. Working hard. It still thinks that my drive is risky. Okay, but at least it's RAID 1 is good. So now we could probably go and make a virtual drive, right? Disable. We'll create a virtual drive. iSCSI target. I wasn't really thinking about that right now. So that's not how you do that. So where do we go and make a share? We are not gonna be connecting to an iSCSI target. What you can do here is I have some other NAS boxes, and if I make a share over on another NAS box, I could connect this NAS box to look over at that NAS box and get a drive on this NAS through there. I can also make this NAS box an iSCSI target by setting up this thing. So how do we just go and make something simple, like a shared folder? That's what we want. So let's create a shared folder. Awesome. And let's call it My PlayHouse Test. We only have this disk location, so we'll try next. So different ways to set the access to the folder. We can just have everybody can see this way, or we can say every user has their own access policy by user, or every group has their policies, or administrator and everybody can just read. So let's try that one. And summary create. There we have a share. Let's check that. And we get prompted to log in. There. We do actually get exactly that. So we could try and put something here. Let's see if we have something interesting to put over there. Another folder. I'm sure I've downloaded a lot of crap that we can test. Let's see, download something big. Oh, we have some image files. Those are always good. Let's see, we have Windows Server 2016, 5 gigabytes. That should be interesting to see how long that takes. Probably not too long. Copy. And we are copying, storing that with, oh, it went very fast and then it went down. And then it's, so probably it has some cache over there that was very quick, and then the disk takes over. It has to empty out the cache before it can retrieve more data. This is not really a good speed test because in the background here, yeah, it's still testing and this one is bad. So, but I'm getting between 30 and 60 megabytes per second storing data to it over a gigabit connection. I'm reading from a solid state drive in my Lenovo, so okay, that is stored. Let's see what else we have here. We have File Manager. I'm guessing that's just a file browser. Maybe something with some setting up rights. This looks very much like other systems like Synology. It's eating the... Why is that? This is kind of weird. There's a picture there and it tries to show some of the text, but it's not really text. It's a picture, all of it. But it shows the folder and there is some text on it. we can right click and we can see some more stuff. We can rename it. Okay, that's a better view. Let's try and go back. And that still looks crappy. Oh, okay, we can actually, okay, it is text. This doesn't look very well. This is much better. So let's see if we want to copy the files back again. This 5 GB file, how long will it take to copy that? Not to the same folder, but I'll just put it on the desktop. Yeah, it's very harmful copy. That kind of went the other way. It started very low and then it went up. So right now it's actually slower to read from the box than it is to write to the box. Okay, now it went up from about 40 to about 60 megabytes per second. While it does that, we can see something else. So that's the file manager. It looks like it has a lot of options doing more stuff. Zip archive, properties, probably okay, all of that. Applications, let's see what that contains. It doesn't look like there is many applications that you can run from here, but there is a few. FTP server, net to FTP, GCC, building tool, don't know what that is. SVN server, Java virtual machine, Plex media server, can apparently also run on there. Dropbox, claim antivirus, media server, download center, mail server, MySQL server, and an iTunes server. That looks like to be the apps that you can install. They're not installed right away, but you can choose to install them. Most of them are in a version 1. Okay, not a great app center, I must say. They should probably have built this so that it could take apps from other systems, because they're not gonna be able to build their own app center with a lot of apps. Well, there are some available. Then there was the control panel. Oh, the garbage can. We can empty the garbage can. Let's see how our file copy went. Oh, it's done. So I didn't get to see if it improved any, but well, let's look at this. There's a backup program. Different ways to take backup. You can back up to another server or synchronize with something else. Time machine for Apple, I guess, and to an external device. Awesome. Remote login. Okay, so you can put this thing on the internet and set it up with DNS, dynamic DNS. Yeah. That's nice. And there's help. Over here we have the language, and we have some options for user: theme, full screen, exit full screen, wallpaper, and logout. Okay. I just fell over a lot of settings in the control panel that I think we should just try and go through. Privileges. We can set up new users, new groups, and shared folders, like we just did. Network services, there is network, which is pretty simple. General, the name, the port that it communicates on, that's up here. Network interface, there is just that one. We get some information about that. We can edit that if we want to try that. Wi-Fi. USB Wi-Fi adapter is not detected, so apparently you can put in a Wi-Fi adapter and the box can recognize that. I didn't really know that. File services, options for stuff in here, FTP service port numbers, NFS services, you can apply that here. Nice. Terminal and SNMP services. are here. You can set that up. Web server, configure that. Virtual host, configure that. Fairly small, simple stuff you can do. Discover services, you can set up. This is actually enabled. I did not enable that at all. So, next one, storage manager. We have already been in there. It still has 2 drives, which is making noises in the background. Still risky, still testing. The rate, let's see what the rate says. It says that it's rebuilding and it's 10% done, which also might be why my file copy wasn't that great. But well, it's working on that. Nice. iSCSI target, we talked about that. Virtual disk connecting to another iSCSI target. External storage, putting in a USB disk, or maybe one of their other boxes, the D models that you can actually connect through a USB connection. That could go in there. General settings, we can set the countries and languages, time zone, mostly time zone here, languages here, keyboard stuff, maybe, not sure. Okay, hardware and power, we can tell the fan how fast to go. It's in a smart fan automatic adjustment blah 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 mode, so it does that according to some temperature, but we can have it go very fast if we want that. Can you hear that? Probably not, but the fan turned up, so we'll put it back to smart fan, and it hopefully will turn itself down again. It sounds like it's doing that. Not very fast though. Enable hard drive standby function. So that would probably be power saving. There is another power fan here, where it seems we can reboot this device or shut it down. Auto power on, tell it that that it should auto power on. If we enable this, it will know that if it loses power and the power returns, it can turn on again. And we can also have it start up and shut down at specific times. So if you're only using this after work at night, it could turn on at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and turn off again at 11 o'clock just before you go to bed, or when you should be in bed. It doesn't seem like it can handle weekends, but notifications, it can send alerts. You can put in a mail server information here. Security, SSL certificate, updates and recovery. There is some features in there. And there is system information, hardware information there. And it tells us that the CPU is being used 5.47%. The CPU temperature is 31 degrees Celsius. Total memory 1886.36 megabytes. Free memory, most of it. Device temperature 21 degrees Celsius and fan speed 10 round per minute. Okay, that's a bit less than the 2000 that I just kicked it up to. Okay, services status, let's see that. That's some of the services. iSCSI target is green. I do not remember configuring that. It must be on automatically, which is kind of weird. FTP is also green, also a bit weird. Apple status, green. Well, you can see the status of different services, and it would probably be a good idea to turn some of it off if not needed. Although the box probably has enough power to handle that. Resource manager, we can see that the CPU is not doing much. Neither one of them. It's pretty funny that it says CPU 1 and CPU 2. It should really say Core 1 and Core 2. Memory, there, it's not using much, so a lot of memory is still available. Storage, I just copied that small file, 5.3 gigabytes, so there is still 678.2 gigabytes available. Bandwidth is the network speed, so we might just see that if we copy the file forth and back again. Let's try that. I'll just delete this. Delete. And we'll just copy the file to the desktop again. There. Copy that. Copy, 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 copy. Yeah. Then it peaks quite wildly. So $60. Let's see what the file copy says here. Well, it's not doing bad. So that works. It's able to tell us that it's working hard. System lock. All the crap that I've been doing. Locking in, locking out, editing. Yeah, that's awesome. Connection log. I have been on. Not doing much. Still copying with 60 megabytes per second. And it is still working on the RAID there. So hopefully when it's done, it's faster than that.
Well, this didn't turn out exactly the way I wanted. I thought that we could just install this and I would be done in 45 minutes or something, but the bad drive was teasing me a lot. That, well, I had it running for 2 hours before I actually, this is not gonna be working, so I took it out and the device is now still rebuilding the array, so that's good, kind of. That's not the drive's fault that I tried putting an 8-year-old crappy drive that, well, it showed it as good, but it didn't really want to format it, and it seems like it had formatted the other drive and just got stuck on this one. So it was able to take in the new drive, and even though that looks bad as well, it's able to start the rebuild on that, and even while rebuilding it could copy files forth and back, and I do expect it to be a bit faster when it's done doing that. Usually it has some safeguards while rebuilding a drive like that, and it slows down to not fuck up data. Not that there is any data on it, but just not to fuck up. So well, installing the thing, except for me fucking up with bad drives, that was straightforward. I skimmed through most of it, which is a good sign. I didn't have to read every nitty pitchy little thingy. I think I'll have to do another video playing around with this thing where the bad drives does not interfere with my tinkling around, and maybe trying with some other drives instead of this. I have no idea what happens if I take these two drives out and try with something new. So we might try that. I have a couple of 3 terabytes drives that might be okay to put in there. I'm just playing around with this box. I'm not sure what it's really good for yet. It doesn't have as many apps as the QNAP or the Synology boxes. Price-wise, it costs the same as a Synology box, but processor-wise, this is a beast compared to, I saw the Synology at 216, and it could file transfer as fast as this one, actually maybe a bit better, but it had like a 1 gigahertz processor and 512 megabytes of RAM. So compared to that, this one is far superior. It might lag in other ways, but let's end it there, and thank you very much for watching. Do subscribe to my channel so that you can see me again, and have a really nice day. Bye.